Good morning, O'Fallon. My name is Megan Yu, here with your OTHS Panther Beat News. On today's broadcast, we'll be showcasing teachers' spotlights and taking a peek into how educators are adapting towards new ways of learning, local community events, and how those in O'Fallon are continuing to help and give back to the city despite our current difficulties, and unique stories and some histories about O'Fallon Township. We now report to Lily Underwood and Brooklyn Shirley, as we'll interview multiple teachers on the topic of COVID-19, hybrid learning, along with others.
Hey guys, I'm here with Ms. Thurman, a social studies teacher here at OTHS. Do you think schooling will ever be the same again after what's been going on?
No, but not necessarily in a bad way. I feel like we've learned a lot in the last year, whether it's technologically or just how to adapt in general. I think teachers themselves, we've learned a lot of technology. Students have learned how to basically commit a little bit differently and come at school a little bit differently with some more personal responsibility, which I think is good for everybody all the way around.
Thank you, Mrs. Thurman. We've enjoyed hearing what you have to say. On to our next interview with Brooklyn Shirley.
Hi, I'm here with Mrs. Schultz, who is a teacher at OTHS. So, Mrs. Schultz, how have you felt about the coronavirus, and how has this impacted you in your teaching?
It has been a challenge and a learning experience for sure. Being only in my 5th year of teaching, it's definitely kind of uprooted everything that I just learned in college. So especially a learning experience just as far as like my teaching style and how I do things in the classroom. As far as how I feel about coronavirus as a whole, it's frustrating. Definitely something I never would have expected to experience. But I do think it's been a good learning experience. I mean, it shows resiliency and I don't know, I think it's definitely made me question a lot of my methods and procedures, and just paying more attention now to like safety and when people are sick and things like that. So I think it's overall been just a learning experience. That's the best I can describe it, I think.
In this next segment, we're going to be discussing some community events going on in O'Fallon Township, such as a dog toy in the sock drive and a planned story time for young kids over Zoom. We spoke with a few leaders that are involved with these special events to give you all more information on them. Let's go to Brooklyn, who will be interviewing OTHS student Hannah Kim and teacher Mrs. Hamilton.
Thanks, Megan. I'm here with Hannah Kim and Mrs. Hamilton, who are both leaders of the Interact Club at OTHS. So recently you guys had a storybook reading over Zoom for younger children. How did you come up with this idea?
So several months ago, when we first started having Interact Club meetings, our members came up with the idea of a project that involved Zoom, and we could help our community in a way that was safe and went with COVID-19 guidelines. Our members thought that since a lot of children were kind of struggling during this time, whether with phonetics or just needed someone to like talk to, we thought it would be fun to have like a really short Zoom story time and read a couple of books.
What type of influence do you want this club to have on the community?
Well, overall, I think that I would like us to have a positive influence on our community, but also too at the same time developing the leadership skills of our members and making them involved and active members of that community, so that whenever they enter into adulthood, which is coming up shortly for our high school students, that they continue to be engaged with their community and make a positive impact.
Thank you, ladies. Now to Megan, who's with Mrs. Heisler.
So, what can our viewers do to help with any upcoming fundraisers or drives?
The viewers can definitely help by any donations that we ask for a request. For example, if we are able to do the drive for books for babies possibly coming up in the future, any donations that they can reach out and do. In addition, we might be doing fundraisers at area restaurants or area organizations to actually raise funds to be able to buy items for the homeless or children, in addition to anything else. So we might have a fundraiser at a restaurant. If they simply take a flyer, go to the restaurant, and the restaurant can donate money back to our organization, that we can use that to help buy certain things. Okay?
For the last section, we'll be covering the history and stories that make the O'Fallon Panthers unique. OTHS was originally founded in 1901 as a 2-year school by William Doris. While the building was mainly used for elementary students, Room 10 was sanctioned off for high school studies. Within 1903, the first graduating class had 5 members, which juxtaposes the statistics between then and now, with over 2,000 students attending as of 2020. In 1920, the high school had officially become OTHS of District 203.
In 1962, as stated within an entry of the Panther, the symbology on O'Fallon Township High School's crest reflects the town's rich history of farming, industry, and coal mining. The crest can be found in the bronze plaque placed in the 600 hallway by the class of 1961, as well as on students' graduation diplomas. The school can also be unique in a way due to there being 2 campuses, Milburn and Smiley. The Milburn campus is sectioned off specifically for freshmen, while the Smiley campus is designated towards the sophomores through seniors. Through the overwhelming number of new students that were being received, the Milburn building had opened in 2009 while still remaining as a part of District 203. And with that, we conclude today's broadcast.
We'll see you next time on Panther Beat.